In this video, we'll talk about the coding question that came in Carelon Global Solution Campus Drive. It was the second question. I have previously solved the very first question, which was pretty difficult as compared to this question. This question is using only one concept and we are just tweaking the concept according to our use case. We'll see how which concept is actually we are using it, and that concept is very hot topic which come in TCS and QT multiple times when we are talking about numbers and bit manipulation. So we'll see how we're gonna solve this question and every steps that we need to do. As this question is very long, please stay till the end, and if you like this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And my name is Aditya Mishra and you are watching Time Coding. So let's hop to the very first question. Is given a list where L of n numbers, okay, the length is L and where we have n numbers. Print the sum S of all the checksums of the elements of the list after eliminating the minimum and maximum digit. So guys, the point to we note is we need to eliminate the minimum and the maximum digit in a given number. Each and every element of the list L. We have a L list in which we have n numbers. We need to remove the minimum and the maximum digit from each number present in the list. So what is checksum? Checksum of a number is the sum of digit. Okay, so another task is to find sum of digit of the number. A number should be considered as 0 if there is no digit remaining after eliminating the minimum and or maximum digit from the number. So let's say if the number is 19, so the minimum number would be 1 and the maximum would be 9. So if you remove both the number, your sum should be 0. Okay, so this case I think we'll cover without writing any edge cases for this condition. We'll see how to write this code. Okay, so read the input from stand in and write the output from stand out. You should not write the arbitrary string while reading the input and while printing, as this contribute to the standard output. So there are specific standard output you need to follow, which is space separated and which is a one value. It is not that you need to return an array. Great. And there would be given a sample input where it is space separated. So you need to take input as a space separated input. Fair enough. Now the length of the would be greater than 2 because each number of the list would have 2 length. Great. And n is less than 10 to the power 4. 10 to the power 4. It is 4. Yes. So which means it will accept order of n, not that n square where you need to traverse the list 2 times. So we'll traverse the list only 1 time and the length would be I guess only 1000. So it is a less time complexity as compared to the n if you're traversing both the list. We'll see the time complexity also in detail. So when this type of question came into an exam, don't just be in a hurry and write this type of program in one go. You will messed up with every code snippet and you will find multiple errors, because in this case you need to apply multiple formulas or techniques to solve this question. Please solve this question in chunks. So we'll see the very first chunk that we need to solve is firstly we need to return the answer, I would say answer, which is the sum of all digit by following few conditions, which is sum of all digits. Okay, the first chunk is sum of all digits, and the second is we need to remove the minimum and the maximum number present in a digit or in a number. Great, which is given in the input array. Fair enough. Now the third is we need to find the sum of the numbers by eliminating min and max from that number. Fair. So let's see the test case. The test case is we have 4, which is size of the array, and another thing we have 1, 2, 2, 3, this is the very first number, 2, 3, 4 second number, and 3, 4, 4, 5 third number, and 4, 5, 6 is the fourth number. Great. So we'll solve this like how we need to get the correct answer that is showing in the sample output. It should be output, guys. It should be output, not input. Okay. So 1, 2, 2, 3, which means we have 1, 2, 2, 3. We need to remove the minimum number. So we'll remove 1 and maximum number will remove 3. So the rest of the number digits left are 2, 2. So it will give 4 because 2 plus 2 would result as 4. Now we have 2, 3, 4. in that, what is maximum? Maximum is 4. And what is minimum? Minimum is 2. So we'll need to remove both the numbers, and rest of the digit we need to add up. So in this case, we have only 3. So it becomes 3. Now, again, what we have? 3, 4, 4, 5. In that, what is the minimum number? It is minimum number is 3 and the maximum number is 5. So the rest of our number is 4. So 4 plus 4 give us 8. And yes, now we have 4, 5, 6. What is the minimum number? Minimum number is 4. What is the maximum? Maximum is 6. So we got as 5. Great. So we just need to perform the summation of all the digits after applying the condition that is given in the question that we have applied. So it becomes 5 plus 3. 5 plus 3 is 8, and 8 plus 8 is 16, and 16 plus 4 is 20. And we can see the result is also 20. Great. So how we can solve this? So if you have ever tried this type of pattern question, I will let you know which type of pattern question. So if you have solved reverse the given number type of question, then I guess you can solve this question in just one click. So how we reverse the number is, let's say we have num as 1, 2, 2, 4, save as the input. Fair? So what I will do, we know we need to get the last digit, because the reverse of this number would be 4, 2, 2, 1. So what I will gonna do is, I will create some numbers. So let's say reverse of number or something. So we traverse over the given digit number, like we'll use the modulo operation. So what modulo operation will do, if you apply the modulus on 1, 2, 2, 4 mod 10, it will give you 4 because it takes the remainder. Great. So it gives you the 4. Now you have very first number is 4. Now if you want to reverse the number, so I will write reverse now, and this is for now. I will write it as now. So it will give us as, let it be like this, reverse now into 10 plus now, which means whatever reverse number we have, please add 10 so that we have one decimal place. So in that we will apply the num that we just got. So in this case it would be 0 because reverse sum initially would be initialized as 0. Now 0 plus 4 will give us 4. So we got the reverse number as 4 in the beginning. Now after performing this operation, I will perform the division operation, which states like, let's say this is n. So I will do n is now divided by the 10, which means point will come, which means like 1, 2, 2, 4 it is there, but divide by 10, which means 1, 2, 2, 0.4. Now as we are dealing with integer, it will ignore 4 and your new number will become 1, 2, 2. So now 1, 2, 2 modulus 10 will give us 2. And initially we have reverse number as 4. So 4 into 10 plus 2 will give you 42. Fine. So let me remove this, and 42. So 2 will come here and it becomes 42 now. As you can see, we have started reversing from the back. The same logic, if you apply this in while condition, it will do the whole, it will iterate over every digit present in a number, and in the last we will get a reverse number. And why I have told you, because this logic you can use in multiple ways to find Armstrong number, to find Harshad number, to find sum of digit, to find reverse of digit, and multiple ways you can expect this question in your coding interviews or in your coding exams. Great. So same logic I will apply here in this case, because we need to return the sum. It's fine. We need to get the minimum and the maximum. And I will show you how we can find the minimum and the maximum here. So I will just remove this line. Let me write the whole code, how it will look like.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yes, the pseudocode of this approach would be, the reverse approach would be, in this I have just removed the replace reverse line, and yes, you can see how we're gonna take this particular pseudocode to solve this question. Now, the digit will take each and every digit from the back, and divided by 10 will give us a new integer removing the last element, great, or excluding the last element. Now what I will do, I need to get the minimum and maximum. So as we are traversing from the back side, so firstly we'll see 4, then we'll see 2, then we'll see 2, then we'll see 1. So why don't I will take a counter to find maximum and minimum element also. So what I will do, I will initialize a max, or let me write directly. Let's suppose we have initialized the maximum and minimum with the greatest and the smallest value. We'll see in the code thoroughly. But here, what I will do, I have a max num which is initialized earlier, and I have a min num which is initialized in the beginning. Fair enough. Now, I will find the max of the max num and the current digit that we are currently on. Fair? And it would be minimum of min num and the current digit that we are currently on. So in the very first case, what will happen is we'll come up to 4 and we'll check, okay, digit is 4 and max num initially initialized with the greatest minimum value or the largest minimum value. So it becomes minus of something and digit is 4. So max num will stored as 4 in the very first, and min num will stored as, like, min num is a very bigger number. So the digit is smaller than that, so it will come as 4. Right? It's the biggest or the largest positive number. So 4 is smaller than the biggest positive number. It will interchange or reinitialize themselves. So min num become 4 now. Great. And the n divided by 10 will remove the 4 from the last by applying the decimal place, and we are dealing with integer, in that will not deal with the float values. So it becomes 1 to 2. So we'll come on 2. So now 2 is max num is currently 4 here, and 2 is that greater than 4? No. So 4 will remain constant, and here the min num we have stored as 4, but now the digit is 2. So 2 is minimum than 4. So we'll reinitialize my 2 like this, and in the last you will end up getting this 4 and 1 as your maximum and the minimum value. The same case we'll use in our code 2. Now the first task that we have solved right now, the second task I would say, finding minimum and the maximum number present in a number. Fine. Now we need to find the sum of numbers. Okay. So in this case only, like, I will write this function as, let's say this function calls as function name as get min max of n. Right? So that I can reuse this function according to my use case. Now we need to deal with the another test case where we need to find the sum of the given digit by applying the condition. So I will write get or find sum according to your name preferences, right, and n. Fair? Now, how to find the sum of digit? Same thing like while. Before writing while, we need to apply the condition. So I will write max num and min num. From where I can get? I have initialized by get max min from the n. So initially we have max and min we have pre-computed so that we can use that in our following code. So now the same that we have studied in while just now, how to reverse a number. So while my n is greater than 0, please find the last digit. So digit would be n mod 2. Here I got the very last digit. Now we need to find the sum of digit by excluding minimum and maximum from the digit. So I will write the case if my digit is not equivalent to max num or digit is not equivalent to my min num, then compute the sum. Then compute the sum plus equivalent to digit where we have initialized sum in the very first. Great. Now what I need to do is, it will find my sum as it is iterating again and again using while loop. Now I need to reinitialize my num so that will remove the very last element. So I will do n divided by 10, and yes, it will remove the last element. Now in the last, I will just return my sum. So for now, we have solved task 2 and task 3. First was find minimum maximum, another was to get the sum by removing minimum and maximum. Now the very first task is to return the sum of all the elements present in the array by performing these conditions. So now the major task we have solved. Now we need to write the main function. So main function will look like, firstly, we need an array in which it is space separated input. So we'll use map. In this case, I am using a Python example. So map, or firstly we'll write list of map or something like that. You can write according to your favorite programming language. We'll see in this video too. Now n will give us n is initially given as an input. So we'll take input here for n value. Fair enough, which is an int. I'm not writing, it's a pseudo code for just the purpose of understanding. Great. Now we got size of the array, we got the array elements. Now I will iterate for nums in array so that every element we can iterate over on, and we'll take that let me write the answer where I will store the sum of each and every element or number present in the array by applying the condition that we have calculated earlier. So I will write answer plus equivalent to find, or whatever name I have given is get sum. In that I will pass this num, and bingo, our answer has been generated in the last, and I will return because in the question it states as to return, and you can print according to your need. So I will return the answer, or you can use print answer. Fair. So I have solved, or I have written whole pseudo code of the following code, like how we're gonna solve it. So as you can see, the firstly was how to get the min max of a particular number, then get sum function where we are calculating the sum present in the digit by removing maximum and minimum number, then just returning the sum so that I can accumulate that sum into my answer, and the last, as the question states, we need to print or return, I will do that. Fair enough. So now we'll hop over the VS Code and write this question, because last video the people was having some issues of how to write this type of question because they got confused when writing this code. So we'll see in the VS Code now. So yes, as we can say that we are on the VS Code, now we'll write the code. Now earlier, so as we can see, we have written the given test case so that we can verify whether our code is performing right or wrong. But in the test, you just need to write this list of map of let's say it is an input format, so you just need to write int, and following with that you need to write split, and your operation is good to go. So but in this case I'm just using the given input so that we can check whether our input is wrong or right. You can use that way also, and in the last we'll also check like what is working or not. So yes, and the first case also states that we need to have n here. So n would be in this case we have 4, so we'll write 4. Great. In the last will give us a user input. So right now, to very quick, we are writing this code. Okay, so we need an answer where we'll store each and every element sum, where 2, 2, 2, 3 by performing some condition will store the answer in store the sum in answer. Fine. So I just need to traverse over my nums array. So I'm writing nums in nums. Now answer plus equivalent to find the sum of digit. Great. And I'm passing the num here, and the last just printing my answer. Great. Now you can see I just need to write the find sum of digit function. So I will copy here. In the exam you can't copy because in that they are disabled this feature. So you need to write find sum, and in that just num. Great. Now you just need to have the max num, and the min num, then get min max from this given num. Previously you're computing so that you can use in this approach or in this function. Now you need to find the sum. So I will write as sum of digit. Fine, it will be 0. Now while my num is greater than 0, please get a new digit. Get a digit from last. It would be num modulo. Where is num modulo 10? You will get the last element. And if my digit if my digit is not equivalent to max num, not equivalent to max num, or digit is not equivalent to min num, then compute the sum of digit plus equivalent to digit. Fair enough. In the last, I just need to return the digit. Yes, sum of digit. Sum of digit. Great. So yes, you were thinking that I have missed one case, so I will not miss that. It would be now using floor operation so that we will deal with only integer value. So yes, this is, we have done with the sum of digit number. Now get min max. So how we can write get min max? So function name has been declared, the num has been given here. Now just need to find the minimum max value. So min, we write the max num and min num. Great. Max num and min num. The max num would be initialized as the minimum possible largest value. So it would be float of this, and the minimum number would be initialized with the max largest positive value. Fair enough. Now, while my num is greater than 0, till then, please perform find the digit from the very last, and find the max num by performing using max operation, the max num comma the digit, and yes, now min num, just finding the min of min num from the present digit, and please initialize my num by excluding the last digit, and yes, or excluding the current digit, and the last just return the max num and the min num. So yes, we are done with our code, and we'll just hit a run button and see. But I have saw that we are using OR here. Guys, we should use AND because it might be the minimum and the maximum value could be same. And we have to see that case also where we need to remove maximum minimum if they have only two numbers. Let's say it is 1 1. So the minimum and the maximum value is same. So if you won't remove both the numbers, then the sum will be counted as 1. If you take 1 1 as an example, the sum would be 1 if you apply OR here. Just have a dry run over it, you will get the reason why we are using AND here. So fair enough, just have a quick run, and bingo guys, we are getting 20 as an answer. So in the last, you just need to replace it with list or map, and it is done because I have used that and I got my test case passed. So yes, let's discuss the time complexity in this pseudocode. So in the pseudocode, you can observe that we are just traversing over n time in this loop for each and every element, and in this case we are just traversing over m times, where m stands for the size of the number, and the test case says it is constant, it would be only 1000. Great. And in this case also we are just traversing in 1000 k times, let's say, which is, or let's say m times, which is the size of the number. Great. So order of m, order of n, and bingo. It is, we are done with it. So the time complexity would be order of n into order of m into m. So you might think the time complexity is big high, but this question can be solved using this particular approach only. It's not that you can solve it another way, which it would be if you are able to solve this question in much optimal way. Please let me know in the comments. I would be very happy to have a look over it, and our pretty good viewers will also see your approach. So this question we can solve in this approach, like order of n into O of m into n. It might be you can solve in much more optimized way. If you are able to, please let me know in the comment. I would be very happy to see and give a like to your comment. And guys, this particular approach has been submitted in the exam, so you don't need to worry. This is a high time complexity because this question everyone have tried this, I guess, this way only. So now we'll discuss the following Java code. So it would be main. Similarly, we have to initialize our get max. In that maximum value of initializing the largest min and max value, finding the max and min value and returning it. And the last, we are getting the max min value here. Now digits, getting the sum of the digit, and the last just iterating over the each and every element present in the nums, and you are good to go. So the sign complexity would be the same as the Python code. Please, if you have got the solution and you understood it, please give a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Please watch the very first video of the previous question if you have not watched. That question was pretty good. So yes, we'll meet you with a new video soon.